Hey y'all, I was supposed to go camping today. Well, I'm still gonna go camping, but I was supposed to leave today. I didn't end up leaving today because my camping buddy wasn't feeling good, and it's supposed to get pretty cold tonight, down to 36. So I decided that I didn't want to go by myself because it's Halloween night, and I believe that Halloween is the Devil's Day. So I just didn't really want to be out there by myself, just for whatever reasons, I have. So, I'll probably head out tomorrow, but since I'm here, I decided I was going to make a bonfire and burn some things that I really don't think I have any business having in my home or having ownership of. Now, there's lots of other things that I'd like to get rid of, but they don't belong to me, so I can't really burn somebody else's belongings. But I am gonna burn this one thing. I'll probably get in trouble if found out, but oh well. Okay, and here's my fire I got going. It's not going that great yet. I just started it, but hopefully it will be here pretty soon once I add these things to it that I'm going to burn. So some of the things I was going to burn, I had bought my dogs this little shirt last year before I really dedicated my life to Christ and decided I wasn't going to be a lukewarm Christian anymore. So there's this thing. And then there's this weird looking goat thing. I never liked it. I think we got it in Honduras, so this thing probably has all kinds of weird spirits attached to it. I mean, I've had like demonic activity in my house, so this is one of those things I'm gonna get rid of. I'm gonna burn it. It's like a goat of some sort, so I just think whatever it's associated with. And then I have these albums. There's some vinyls I had gotten at different concerts, an artist that I really, really liked, but then I had this nightmare. It wasn't really a nightmare. I just had this dream. It was this morning, that when this person makes music, they're demonically possessed. Well, I kind of already figured, like, she's talked about going into like a flow state and this and that, and I really don't know what that means. I know she's Hindu, and I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying I don't believe in that, and it completely goes against my beliefs, and I believe that there's evil spirits attached to that. So as you can see here, you have this. I don't know what that thing is, but there's like the snake, and I'm pretty sure that represents the Kundalini spirit, which is highly associated with like yoga and stuff like that. Which, as I know it to be, it's actually demonic possession. People think that they're elevating their. I don't. I don't know that much about it. I know enough to know that I don't need these things around me. And then you see there's like a pyramid there. I think it has like an eye on it or something. And then you come over here, and you see all this other symbolism here. Let me see if it'll focus. Are we focused? I don't know. It looks like some sort of, I don't know what it is, but definitely not anything I need to have around. Definitely some sort of symbolism there. And you move over here, and this one obvious. Come on, focus. This one has obvious symbolism in it too. You see the Eye of Horus there, the crescent moon, Kundalini spirit again, this Egyptian looking thing, whatever it is, probably supposed to be like an Egyptian god of some sort, but it looks like a bird, a man and a bird, and then whatever it is, I don't know. So then you've got like the vinyls in here too. Not even gonna take those out, but yeah, you've got all this stuff going on, this weird stuff. And then you got this weird looking guy. I used to be a huge fan of this artist. I was going through a really tough time when I started listening to her music, and it made me feel something. And I do believe that spirits do work through music. I think there's a lot of that going on right now. People are just completely oblivious to it. So it's like, this is, like I said, this weird guy again. You can see the artist there, the artist name. Some of the songs on there, well, like one of them is called 7. That number is actually, a lot of people, I mean, yes, God likes the number 7, but I know it has like some meaning in spiritualism. Like, the New Age movement seems to really be blowing up, and I kind of got sucked into it for a little while, even though I grew up as a Christian, and I kind of started getting this idea that maybe we all, and this is a signed vinyl, and that's getting burned too. People are like, why would you burn it? I'm not going to give it to anybody. But, anyways, I lost my train of thought. That happens to me sometimes. But I do believe that there are spirits and things attached to music, and I believe a lot of that's happening right now. But people are just oblivious, and they're completely distracted. They don't know because our faces are always in our phones, right? There's a lot of things going on right now that people aren't really paying attention to. And I think it's time that people need to start waking up. And I woke up, and now I see things a lot differently. And there's just certain things I don't want to be associated with. I've been attacked by these things, just like things moving in my house, and physically objects moving, and things manipulating electricity, and all kinds of things. I could go on, but this video would be really long if I did, so I am going to burn these things. Here's my fire. And in goes the Witch Please shirt. And it took me a while. I had burned a bunch of other things a while back. It took me a while to get rid of these because, like I said, I was really into her music for a while. But I started thinking like that maybe like we're all believing in the same God, kind of. And it was before I even knew about that whole coexist movement that the Pope's pushing for, this whole tolerance thing. I started kind of getting fooled into that whole idea, but there is only one God, and that God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and there's only way to him, and that's through Jesus. These things, I don't need these things, and the farther I separate myself from the world, the better off I am. You know, God's been giving me messages and telling me things and showing me in different ways, and so I'm gonna take heed. I mean, I've even had like some different dreams, I guess what you could call visions, and just different things happening to me. Some things I don't really know how to explain. It's just that I know that it's God speaking to me. I really don't like making these videos. I don't like talking on camera or in front of people. I never have, but here I am, and I'm doing it because I felt like I needed to. And anytime I do one of these, it's because I feel like I need to, and I just can't stop thinking about it until I do it. And so I'm doing it, and I'll probably be doing another one soon, just to kind of talk about more in depth about some of the visions that I have had, and more in depth about music and how it affects us. And people are just unaware, you know, there's rituals and spells being performed in these music videos, and if you start looking at things, you'll start seeing the hidden symbolism, and it's just time to wake up. Don't be fooled. Like, we're living in the end days, and time's running out, and if you aren't right with Jesus, you need to get right, because he says, like, the worst thing you could do is be lukewarm. Like, you're better off to just not know him than to be lukewarm. And I don't want to be spewing out of his mouth, you know? I don't want to hear those words, but I never knew you. Turn away from me, you lawless one. And so I'm on my journey now, trying to walk down that narrow path, because the gate that leads to destruction is broad. And there was something that I wanted to add. I was trying to get this verse, but I didn't have it memorized because I don't have everything memorized. So this was really important though, so I'm going to add this. It's from Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only few find it. If you go over to John chapter 14, verse 6, and Jesus answered, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And that's the truth. The only way to the Father is through the Son. And we're running out of time. It's time to start seeking the Lord. You just have to pray. Just ask Him. Ask Him into your heart. God bless y'all.